I'm looking out.
I'd like to call the Merit System Commission to order. It is February 1st, 2024, 11:09. May I have a roll, please?
Mr. Kempe?
Here.
Mr. Rodehaver?
Here.
Mrs. Wasty?
Here, and I'd like to welcome our guest. First item of business, did we have time to read the minutes? Any changes, additions?
No.
So be it. First item of business, certify and release police sergeant list. How did it go, chief? You have no idea?
Thank you.
Amy, how did the test go?
It went fine. I was proctoring the test, so,
One person took it?
yep.
I didn't think we had to do a test if one person took it.
So in the past, we have because we don't know until right at the deadline how many people. So we have in the past given the test, and as long as they pass, passing score, as long as they pass and there's just one, then you have chosen in the past to not do the second and third portion of the promotional process. So there would be no assessment center, and there would be no scored ranked interview with me.
Okay. Are you satisfied?
I am.
Okay. I'll make a motion to release or certify the test and release the name of Derek Lasher for promotion.
I'll go second the motion.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Any other information?
About the sergeant's promotion, I think that's
That or
it.
anything in your department?
We're going to need a entry-level process. So we are currently right now running a lateral entry process. We got 6 responses, reached out to all 6 people, and no one then submitted their application material, waivers, personal history questionnaires. So deadline was yesterday, and we got 0 response out of the 6 applicants. So I don't know if they were using like the shotgun method, applying for everything that they saw, and then when it came down to crunch time, they neglected to want to travel here, work here, live here, whatever. So we have Amy and I came up with an ad for what would be the next entry level process. We're going to give.
Trig.
We're going to complete the lateral process either by reaching out to these people and telling them that they're excluded, or having them come up with some substantial good reason why they missed the deadline. However, even if everything goes perfectly, we still won't have enough people. So the background check usually eliminates 50 to 60% of our applicants. I know looking at precursory, just looking at their applications, out of the 6, I don't think all of them were eligible. They met our standard. So we will still need, even if we were to hire off the lateral list, we would still need to run an entry level or another process. We've run an entry level or a lateral the last 2 times. This time didn't go well, so we'll change up gears and try to run, with your permission, try to run an entry level where we don't require OPATA to take the test, but we do give bonus points if they have a degree, college degree, or OPATA certification. Right now, there's lots of academies that have just started in January, so it would be a good time to cherry pick some of the students out of the academies and hopefully get them on board. So the request would be to we'll terminate the lateral process by February 7th, and then we would start taking applications for entry level.
Okay. Now, on the background check, curious, are we more restrictive on what we're looking for than other places, or
No,
there's just specific things that black mark and there's not a chance we're going to hire you?
I would say the vast majority of police departments in this area have substantially similar requirements and expectations, and we're no different than anybody else.
Okay,
Just maybe they were a bad employee, or maybe they're under discipline at one place and they want to jump someplace else, and we don't want their problems, kind of thing. So there are things that eliminate people during the background process.
And you're satisfied with the ad, sir?
I am, yep. I think we updated some dates and the hourly amount. I believe it is correct.
So you're due to open the applications for February 7th?
Yep.
2000.
Yes, I'm sorry. Amy would still need to get a hold of NTN, get an answer from them. So
Okay.
the entry level does the NTN test. NTN now is done at home. So it's before there was a big ordeal about timing a brick and mortar building to have an NTN test in. We don't have to do that anymore because the kids, the applicants can take it from their house or their phone or wherever they need to take it from. So if we just open the process for whatever it was, 3 weeks or so, then that gives us time to get those applications in, gets them time to take the test or to shop their scores to us, and then should give Amy enough time to compile the list from NTN and get it to you for the next merit service in March.
As I glance down at the first qualifications bullet point, it talks about additional points. Is this in any way related to our discussions in the past about additional points being granted only after you've passed a test? Not in order to get you over the passing grade, or is this a different issue?
I think the way we've done it in the past is we've taken their raw score from NTN and then given them the bonus points that they deserved after the fact.
even if they did not pass.
They have to pass, but so our passing score has changed. So we should probably establish that. So back a million years ago, it was 70. I think the fire department and we have changed it over the years.
It's at MSC's discretion with each test. So whatever you all decide for each test, that's,
I think we've used 65
Yes.
the last few tests. So they would have to get a
So-
65, and then they would get the bonus points.
Okay,
So, once again, we gotta pass the test, then you can get some bonus points. You can't use bonus points to pass.
Right.
correct.
Okay.
And NTN has their test is, I think, 4 parts, and it's the total of all the parts kind of thing. So they could theoretically fail or get a low score in one section, get a really high score in one section, still be okay. So, but that's the way I think we've run it in the past. Am I right, Amy?
that's correct. And I just, starting on February 7th, just kind of gives me time with your approval to make sure when I forward the ad to NTN, and we kind of go back and forth, make sure that everything's correct on our end and their end, and they can get it posted in time for the date,
Okay,
instead of depending on them to get back to me right away.
right, so you're looking for a motion
Correct.
to
And
accept this?
with a passing of, what?
I'm sorry?
With a passing grade of the 65?
65, yes.
Make a motion to accept the advertisement for full-time police officer entry level.
I'll second your motion.
And a roll, please.
Mr. Rodehaver?
Yes.
Mrs. Wasty?
Yes,
Mr. Kempe?
Yes.
Thank you. That's all I have.
you're welcome.
Thank you, Chief.
Unless you have anything for
Thank
me.
you, Chief.
Yeah, did you want to update on the maximum age?
So I think next council meeting, it gets read again, and then would go into effect in 30 days. Martina came up with the legislation and the ordinance to establish a 50 years of age as the maximum age of an initial appointment here. So the way she read the ORC is you couldn't just have it open-ended. It had to have a date or a year, an age. So we picked 50 as a good. I think that's a good number, good age range. for additional officers. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, years ago, they said that it had to be below a certain age so that they had enough time to put enough through the unions and all this to get their pension.
So back in the day, there was a maximum age that they wanted a police officer to be in the pension system. They had to get out. But I think over the years, what they've realized is that there's a lot of officers that don't stay in for their 35, 40, 45 years. They're usually out in 20, 24, 25 years, especially if it's their second career. They've got other income sources. So I'm not sure if the maximum age really matters. You're right on that's was the intent several years ago, but I'm not sure that that's the realistic expectation nowadays. So, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other business? Call meeting adjourned at 11:19.
Dave, I seriously considered coming